Hello, I'm Dr. Terry Hagan. Wanted to talk with you about developing a consistent exercise routine in this context of ADHD. And actually, what I'm going to say does not specifically apply to ADHD, it applies to everyone. I will start by saying that the brain health is very important to ADHD in that the healthier the brain is, the less of a problem ADHD has to be. Now, I do say it doesn't have to be a problem. In this sense, the healthier your brain is, the better focused you are, the less distractible you are. And so to make that point, there is one specific protein in the brain called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Saying that again, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. BDNF is produced in the brain for the purpose of nourishing itself. BDNF is increased in the brain with exercise. Specifically, cardiovascular exercise increases BNF, and so does weight training. Both are important. So, cardiovascular training, weight training, and general activity all improve brain health, therefore, also ADHD. General activity, let's dwell on that for a moment. If I wake up on a Saturday morning and instead of going for a 30-minute walk, going for a workout at the gym, let's say I go knock myself out getting some yard work done. I come in, I'm tired, I've broken a sweat, I'm dirty. That general activity also improves brain health. In fact, it's almost as beneficial as cardiovascular health, which is a little bit of a stretch and a little bit debatable perhaps, but that general activity is good for brain health and therefore also ADHD. The next point to make is that about motivation. A lot of people, of course, feel like they need some motivation in order to exercise. Well, I would suggest, particularly because those of us with ADHD are unusually creative, that we create this vision of ourselves as healthy people. That is, if you don't already believe that you're a healthy person making healthy decisions about life and prioritizing health in your life, then again, in the context of ADHD, you will be better all around and in that area if you start to define yourself as a healthy person. So sometimes in the context of weight loss, for instance, you have a vision, maybe even a picture of yourself when your weight is down and you're looking really good. Envision that going forward. Someone who is in optimal health doesn't just look good, but then you know that you're fit, even to the point where for some of us, our labs are looking good. We track those with our doctor. So it is a positive thing then to start with being a healthy person, making healthy decisions about your health, and then that vision of what you could look like ideally in the future. Uh, doesn't have to be specific. It could be a specific goal, but the point is to have that vision so that you more or less take it on. You develop the self-image, and then the decisions that flow from that are those in which, well, I want to exercise. I want to go to the gym. I feel good about being able to do that. Do you know, on a personal note, my father had polio. He walked on crutches after the age of 15. And so our family growing up we didn't do things that involved a lot of walking. It was very hard for him to move himself. And so now, when I'm in a position of parking at a distance and walking then to the wherever my destination is, I'm grateful to be able to walk. And consistent with that, I walk half an hour a day, which has nothing to do with my father as much as it has to do with a recommendation I received that, if you walk half an hour a day, that's really good for your health. Now, when you're 25 years old, walking for half an hour seems like it's just not nearly enough. But when you're older, half an hour a day works wonders. It is amazing how good you feel and how athletic you feel, even if you walk half an hour a day. Half an hour is not a long period of time. It goes by quickly. I realized that I could sit and drink coffee for an hour and a half in the morning, and if I can do that, then I can take a half an hour to go walk around the neighborhood and back, and that's exactly what I do. Then with respect to workouts, the gym is right down the street. I can roll out of bed in the morning, and instead of sitting and drinking coffee, I can take my coffee with me, drink a little bit of it before I go in for my workout, do a 30-minute workout, not strenuous, not light either, but enough to push some muscles on some machines for 30 minutes, and then I'm back in the car going home. 45-minute round trip. That is, from a time standpoint, uh, it's like if I'm going to be the high performer that I want to be in life, then of course I'm going to do that. So then I have three suggestions to help you to develop this consistent exercise routine. The first suggestion is start simply and build. If we're talking walking 30 minutes, start with 10. And then the next day, add a minute, 11 minutes, then 12, 13, and so on. With that schedule, within 20 days, you're there. Now, what you have done in that 20 days, which is almost 3 weeks, is that you have developed a habit. So then the second suggestion is think in terms of habit formation. That once you decide to do these reasonable parts of an exercise routine, it's a matter of just simply doing it. Uh, it's not hard to do. You do it, and then within 3 weeks, it's a habit. It's like it's a habit in this sense is becomes that lifestyle in which you have the habits in place such that you are a healthy person, making healthy decisions and doing healthy things to be healthy. Um, so the first suggestion is start simply and build. The second is think of habit formation. The third suggestion is be flexible but be consistent. Or turning that around, be consistent but be flexible. Consistency is the key. And so, for instance, this week, I've walked every morning except this morning. This morning, the priority was to make sure I got something else done, and it had to be done early in the morning. So I haven't walked today, and it's okay if I don't get around to it today. I'll be back at it tomorrow morning. And so the daily can mean 7 days a week, but it can also mean five or even four. But the point is to be consistent, but be flexible enough with it. And yet, in your flexibility, uh, you just don't let that flexibility derail the whole project. It's easy enough if you have to miss a day or two of exercise to just go back and start again, and stay with the routine, stay with the habit. So those are some suggestions for developing a consistent exercise routine. And of course, specifically for those of us with ADHD who might procrastinate who might have a tendency to put it off, just think in terms of developing the habit because it's what you want for yourself.